It's my pleasure to introduce Ajayta Shah, who is the founder and CEO of Frontier Markets, which is India's first women-centric rural-assisted e-commerce company that's driving access to life improvement solutions in rural villages.
So as a senior in high school, we saw, New York burn with 9/11. And then coming into college, we were part of the Afghanistan and the Iraq War. And as we start thinking about the role that America started shifting into, it was the right time for me to try to understand where my roots were. And so I was trained in mediation and conflict resolution in The Hague, which was the first time that I understood what it means to look at people, perspective, history, and culture when we're recognizing negotiations. And that's where really the South Asia link came for me. India was the root of culture and identity for me. And so by my junior year of college, I was interning in Congress for Gary Ackerman, who was the co-chair of the India caucus at the time. It was also the year that Manmohan Singh was going to be doing the first congressional address since Vajpayee. And being the token Indian intern, I had the chance to really be exposed to all of that and see what it's like to be involved in US-India relations. And also got a chance to be sent to India to then ask, why would those Indians not accept our civilian nuclear energy agreement if they need energy so badly? And, getting to India for the first time, not on a social trip, not visiting family, not going to weddings, but actually going for work, it was very enlightening. When you were working and meeting ministers and businessmen and asking, well, why aren't you taking on this energy solution? You would understand the vast realities of India, right? As a massive country, one size will never fit all, right? It's a very multidimensional solution. And the fact was ministries and others would keep talking about how they need all kinds of energy solutions to address their GDP growth, which all sounds great because you're talking about this massive superpower, economic growth, GDP rates growing at 7 to 9%, beautiful story about the middle growing and becoming a superpower. But then when you talk to the NGOs, and you talk to the people on the ground, you had a very different perspective. You had people talking about how it's not about just getting nuclear energy or solar powered or what, it's about a grid system. It's about the fact that 900 million people in the country in 2003 had no electricity. It was about the fact that 70% of the country was being left behind. And I think that's really where it was a turning point for me to say, how can a country that's striving to become an economic superpower leave 70% of its constituents behind? And it was never that simple. I essentially, went to India again to explore what microfinance was about, and frankly fell in love. Right here was a concept that was delivering financial services to rural women with a lens of impact as well as profitability.